Hey y'all, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about freaking Drew Sidora. So Ralph has been posting receipts, honey, receipts upon receipts upon receipts, and I want to talk about it. I also want to talk a little bit about Martell as well, just to put a little razzle dazzle in there as well. Just to give you guys some context, some of these stories I'm going to be reading them for the first time with you guys. Some I've already read. So we're going to go through it together. So shout out to the neighborhood talk because that's where all of these receipts are from. So I'm gonna start from this because I feel like this is the first one. Ralph posted, Drew, you are extremely disrespectful. The only reason I'm in the basement is because you lied and said I'm a being my son. Now you're lying about me bringing a woman in the house. This is what truth looks like. I can keep going looking desperate. So, is there some sort of mirror thing set up? Is there some sort of mirror thing set up when someone clones a phone? I don't know. Because I don't know, it's really looking like screen mirroring. I may be wrong, but that bit at the top, you see where next to where it says the time? That bit, it looks a little bit like screen mirroring. So I don't know what you guys think, but that's what I think. That's just one thing that I just immediately saw. It looks a little bit like screen mirroring, which would explain why these text messages, why he allegedly has these text messages. This is just my assumption because it looks a little bit like screen mirroring. Anyway, let's keep going. Now you're lying about me bringing a woman in the house. This is what truth looks like. I can keep going. And so let's see the messages. This is supposedly meant to be Drew. He said, JK, I was about to say, but he told me he got sex about 3 times since he's seen me. I'm gonna need some context because this text message is confusing. It is confusing. Confusing to me. Because like what is he trying to say? Is he like if you guys know what this thing is saying, please let me know because he got sex about 3 times since he's seen me. What does that mean? Is he saying that Drew is confessing to giving somebody some sex 3 times? Like it's confusing. It's a little confusing to me. A little confusing to me. So then it says he looks at. So he asked me how long it's been since he's seen me, and I had sex. I said 12 days. He looks at me sideways, and then I asked him the same, and he laughed. He said about 3 times since I seen you. Dang, that's no fun. Well, how much can you take? You can. This text is confusing. So if you guys know what this text is saying, I can guarantee that I'm not being slow. This text is confusing to me. I don't know what it's saying. I don't know what it means. It's hella confusing. So if you guys know what this means, let me know because I'm not understanding. Even exactly, I'm confused with these texts. What are they even insinuating? What is this text even saying? This is the thing. And this is what I find about some people who want to so-called expose somebody. If you want to expose somebody, make sure you are sure that this is saying what it needs to say. And if you need to give us any context, give us that context because this is confusing. It sounds like I don't even know what is going on. It sounds like you don't even know what's going on. It's very, very confusing to me. I personally just don't get it at all. At all. I do not get it. It is hella confusing to me. I'm not really sure what is going on here, in my opinion. So yeah, I will say if you guys know what he's saying, let me know in the chat. Also, the likes are not matching the amount of people in this live. So please hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. So we're going to move on to the next one because this one is not saying what it needs to say, in my opinion. Because at the bottom it says he think he got a girl coming over and I refused to hang up. Who? Give us some context. This is hella confusing. I don't like receipts that I have to be trying to figure out. If you don't know what the receipt is saying, you need to get a third party to look over your receipts just to make sure the receipts are receipting. Because this ain't receipting. This is confusing to me. Please. Okay. And guys, the reason I have so much energy is because this is quite early for me. You all know I'm an early bird, honey. So, okay, let's see this one. Maybe this one will clarify a little something. Drew is dealing with Black SCX, really. You guys know I'm just trying to keep it PG and trying to get back with me. Ooh. Oh, this is spicy. This is spicy. Hit that like button, guys. This is a lot of tea. This is spicier than margarita, honey. This is spicy. Okay. Spicier than a spicy margarita. This is hella spicy. Most of the things you guys saw on TV was fabricated. This is why you cannot have any arrangement with somebody like Ralph, because as soon as you're not doing what they want you to do, they'll start singing like a canary, singing to anyone who cares to listen. Because why is he telling us? I played the bad guy for Drew to keep her peach, and now she's taking it too far. Tampa didn't even happen the way y'all thought. She had my location on her phone. Hashtag Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, here's the thing. First things first, honey. Don't think that because you're bringing this receipts, we are going to trust you are innocent, Ralph. This is my opinion. I feel like anybody that would have gone along with this arrangement, knowing fully well that this is not the truth, we don't trust you either. You are not trustworthy either. So forgive me for not believing anything that you're saying. Sorry. Now, I will read the receipts, and if the receipts are receipting, the receipts are receipting. But what I will say is I'm not under the impression that Ralph is innocent. I don't think there's anything that will give me the impression that Ralph is innocent. Anyone that can conspire and decide to tag team to make sure there is a storyline, whether or not this is the truth or not, I can't believe anything that you're saying to me, and I can't believe that you are innocent. Just saying. Now let's see the chats, the text that he's trying to share. Are you cuffing me, Miss Sidora? Okay. Consider yourself cuffed, baby. Okay, Mr. Don't be selfish. Yeah, I know what's up. Okay, Mr. Black. Landing at this time, but probably do have an early day. I'll know when I land, though. And then there is Dang. Do I need to arrange anything? Danny has your rental car reserved. Which company? I just feel like I need to be your manager, no fee. Okay, what is this meant to give? This is given to people are just keying. So Ralph, if this is your receipt, this receipt is not receipted. Okay? This receipt is not receipted. I'm not sorry. This just is not giving what Ralph thinks it's meant to give. In my opinion, at least from where I'm sitting. Because think about it. Imagine, you mean to tell me he's like, are you cuffing me, Miss Sidora? And she's like, consider yourself cuffed, baby. It's given banter. Like, this is not really giving the nail in the coffin, in my opinion. I'm gonna need a little bit more to really believe this, because then she's like, okay, Mr. Black, laughing emoji. It seems pretty lax, although it is obvious they are clearly hanging out, because it's like talking about what time they're hanging out. Now, he then says, I just feel like I need to be your manager. So it seems more like good, like girls or good friends talking, and just like laughter and banter between them. It's not necessarily given what Ralph thinks it is given. But let's keep going. Please hit that like button as you guys come in. Okay, so the first receipt ain't really receipting, in my opinion. Let's move on to more receipts. The receipts are not receipting. Okay, so let's click on this one. So Ralph drops a photo shoot to say that the disappearing to Tampa scenario was fabricated for Drew's storyline. Okay? Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. I'm giving you guys some hot tea. Hit that like button. So allegedly, Tampa was fabricated so Drew would keep her peach. I played the bad guy so she would have a storyline and make a comeback as an actress. It worked, but it was unexpected that she would cheat on me and lie saying I cheated on her. Hashtag raw. Okay, so now it's time to add up a little bit. Okay, so let's go. Now, here's what I want to say about this, Mr. Ralph. First of all, you didn't need a photo shoot to tell us that Tampa was not Tampa. Okay, storyline or not, you decided to have an agreement with this woman. Excuse me, according to you. So why are you coming out now? We don't care. You've given us that storyline. It is what it is. Why do you want to clean up your acts now? Why? Why do you want to clean it up now? We could have just gone on without knowing nothing. We do not care, Ralph. We don't care. Okay? So, Tampa or no Tampa, you were comfortable pretending, if we're to believe your version of events, you were content to continue to pretend and act like Tampa was real. Nobody forced you. You did that of your own volition, at least according to you, right? So you guys sat down, allegedly, according to you, if we are to believe your story, and fabricated things to keep the peach. How am I sure that you are not coming now to lie on her to say that you fabricated stuff because you don't want her to keep her peach? A liar? How am I supposed to believe somebody who has actually agreed that they've lied and believe that now they're telling the truth? It doesn't add up. Because to me, you're a liar. If what you're saying, if you sat down and fabricated this, you're a whole liar. So why should I believe you now and not assume that you're also lying because this is what you do? You lie. So these are the questions, these are the things that sort of comes to my mind when you say things like that. I'm just saying. Now, let's move on to the tie of it all, because I think this one might be a little bit spicy, okay? So I've always felt like there was a little something that was happening here. And it's interesting because Drew did not fully deny it, but she did not exactly come out about it. She kind of said, oh, there was flirtation, but she did not admit whether or not there was a kiss, there was anything physical that happened. I do suspect it could also be because she is a pastor's daughter and does not want to accept that. I don't know. But it sounds like either way, something happened allegedly. Something happened allegedly. It is giving that something happened, right? So now let's see what Ralph is giving us as the so-called tea. Okay. It's crazy how I'm called a serial cheater with no receipts, when the affair that ended our marriage is denied, like explicit details haven't been out there for years. Keep crying for the cameras and telling your fake truth, but don't confuse acting with innocence. Okay? But now let's read it. So Ty Young, okay? That's me, baby. Oh, thank you. I love you and I miss you. I can't wait to have you +3. Oh, okay. What does that mean? Have you? Have you is given a little bit spicy, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think. Let's keep going. OMG. At first, I was like, wait, +3? But oh, I get it. And baby, I love it so much. I can't wait either. Are you ready? Oh, ready for what? Okay, now this receipt is receipting a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. This receipt is receipting a little bit still, Ralph. I think so far this is the one that I'm like, okay, Ralph, you came up with a little bit of receipts. So I'm gonna take this one. The rest, nonsense. I'm nervous, lol. LOL at +4. I'm watching your show. My brother said I did say I want a family. And then she says, be careful what you ask for. Oh Lord, what episode you on? LOL, right, episode 7. I'm not sure what else happened in between that. Um, Baby, I was knocked out. I just woke up thinking about you. I miss you so much. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. It definitely is giving a little spicy. It's definitely giving something happened. But I will say, I'm not shocked that something happened allegedly between them. I think that one seemed like was a legitimate story, but guys, hit that like button, please, and thank you. Okay, baby, I was knocked out. I just woke up thinking about you. I miss you so much. And then she says, thank you for my flowers, crazy, lol. Let's talk about the screenshot because, yeah, that is strange. What screenshot? I would love to see the timelines of when this came up. Was this screenshot the bit that came up at the reunion allegedly? Is that what the screenshot is about? Mm. Maybe if you guys have the tea on that, let me know in the chat. Okay, I can't sleep. I've been sleeping off and on. Okay, and then this is a video of Drew. Okay, how do you have all of this information? Ralph said, people rock with me in real life. They see the real and not the TV edited version you only know. So Ty sends a picture, I believe, of her hair or her face or whatever. Yeah, I think it's her hair. So it says, it looks so good and healthy. Any details on your truck? Thank you, baby. I'm trying to decide if I want to cut it or let it grow. I don't like not being able to speak to you on the phone. I'm thinking about changing my number. And then Ty takes a picture of Drew when Drew is fast asleep. Okay, Ty, we see you. Okay, so now this is a very good question this person asked. How do you have all of this information? Because it's given you know stuff that you shouldn't know. How? Why? What happened? Where did this come from? These are the details I would like to see. I would like to know. So when he says people rock with me in real life, does that mean that somebody sent the screenshots to Ralph? Now, here is the thing. I don't know if this is true, but this is a speculation. So I'm not saying it as a fact. But what if Ming Lee was the one who sent the screenshot to Ralph allegedly? What if? This is a question. Do you think that it was Ming Lee who sent these messages to Ralph? If Ralph is right about people sending him this information, where do you think he got the information from? This one, I don't see anything about mirroring at the top. So this one looks more like either a screenshot of some sort that was either, I don't know who sent it, but it looks like a screenshot. That's what it looks like. Now, I have one qualms with the screenshots. Guys, if you guys are going to get screenshots, can you please screenshot everything so that we can see all of the context? I don't like when people give half receipts. Like, don't screenshot one part and not screenshot the other part of it. I'm going to need you all to screenshot it. Let's see it properly. Let's see it well. Let's see what's happening in front, at the back, all of that good stuff. Let's see what's going on. Please and thank you. Okay, so I would say I definitely would want to know that. I'm definitely very, very curious about that. I just want to know where Ralph got it from. So, Ralph, if you're listening to this, please let us know, where did you get this information from? Who exactly gave you this information? Because only two people in the conversation, Ty and Drew Sidora, allegedly. So if that's the case, then unless somebody got it from their phone, and if you're trying to act like you didn't screenshot it from Drew's phone, so the only person I can think of that may screenshot it is the person that I've mentioned and asked about whether or not I think, or whether or not you guys think she did it. Let me know if you think she did it. Let me know where you guys think that Ralph got this information from. Now, I guess my thing is this: you have all of this information, right? Now, I'm not of the belief that just because somebody has a receipt means that they are innocent. Sometimes what happens is someone, the other party, may not be out here screenshotting and finding receipts, and then you have one party that is out here screenshotting, finding receipts, really trying to make sure they get the receipts from wherever they get their receipts from. So sometimes that's what you get. You get people out here trying to get the receipts at all costs, trying to find receipts at all costs. Could it be that? Maybe it's that. Maybe it's not that. So these are the things that I'm trying to figure out, because I'm just like, for one, I do not believe that Ralph is innocent. I don't care what people say. I don't believe Ralph is innocent. I think, this is my opinion, I think that they have both done some things, allegedly, in the marriage. I feel like they've both done some things. I'm sure that, let me not say I'm sure because I'm not in the marriage, but I feel like they've both done some things. Everyone has their own part to play in the demise of the relationship. I just struggle to understand why Ralph is trying to tell us that they were all orchestrating this whole thing for a storyline at some point, right? The whole Tampa thing. And so it's like, you now want us to believe that, yes, you orchestrated the whole Tampa thing for a storyline, but you want us to believe that this and what you're doing now is not trying to orchestrate another storyline so she can come back next season. So I just find it very, very confusing. I find it very much like, I don't think anybody is innocent. I don't think Drew is completely innocent. I feel like there was definitely something inappropriate going on between them. I do think that with Ralph, I'm sure. Well, I don't want to say I'm sure because I don't want nobody coming after me for no defamation, anything. I'm not sure. But I assume that maybe there's also something that Ralph has done, because unless it was edited in that way, when Ralph was asked if he cheated, he paused. He took a while before responding. So it's like, did you cheat or did you not cheat? So, Drew, if you have receipts about Ralph cheating, then maybe now is the time to bring those receipts out. Or if you know anybody that Ralph cheated with, maybe now is the time to let her pop out of the closet or whatever and address this. So I just think that, especially because now it just looks like nobody, like, people for a long time have said or felt that Drew's storyline seemed very contrived. And so him then coming now to say that yes, it was storyline, I don't think that looks good. I don't think that helps the whole Drew situation. I think it's a bit sad because this season it seems like people started to love Drew and rally around Drew. This is probably her best season in terms of people actually liking her this season versus any season since she has been on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I think it's very disappointing that, very, very disappointing that this is how things are then translating. Is like almost like he's now putting throwing dirt in her direction, which is very, very sad. Now the other thing that I wanted to talk about is, look at who liked this exposure, liked by Martell Holt. It's like, Martell, do you have something you want to say to the chat? Because you're out here liking this. So let me guess, you're endorsing him choosing to come out and expose. This is the thing. I've always felt that there were similarities between Ralph and Martell, and I'm not surprised because they're apparently friends. So I'm not really surprised that he's out here liking the post. But I do think that I feel like there's something about these men who are very obsessed with image. And it's very sad because with these men, they care so much about image that no matter what, they want to rewrite history. If they feel like, oh, the public feel like I'm the one that was the one who brought the demise of the relationship, they feel like they have to do everything to try to make it seem like that wasn't the truth. Like, think about it. The back then with the whole Martell Holt situation, Martell Holt kept wanting to let the whole world know that, oh, she cheated first. She cheated. And I'm like, we don't believe you, right? And so it feels very much like Ralph is trying to change the public perception of him by currently trying to expose Drew, expose all of these personal conversations. I think that is the motive. It's very much, it gives me very much parallels to the sort of like wanting that perfect image, wanting people to see you as innocent. In the demise of a relationship, right? It's like, what did you do? What is there that you are taking accountability for? Or do you want to reserve all of the accountability to Drew? You were on the show talking about she doesn't deserve lobster, she deserves Lunchables. But you want us to believe that those things and you acting like you don't like your wife on TV is not enough for her to want to get a divorce, and it's not enough for that to result in the breakdown of the marriage. But you want us to focus on these messages and say that, because of Drew, or Drew allegedly cheating is the result or is what caused the breakdown of the relationship. Nobody believes that. Now, are we endorsing cheating or whatever? No, absolutely. I would never endorse cheating on from any side. However, what we're saying is this: it's a bit convenient what you're saying about the storylines. Oh, Tampa didn't happen, because it feels like you want to make it seem like you're innocent and you've never done anything wrong, and the only person to blame for this relationship's demise is Drew. Maybe that would have been easy for you to get away with if we did not see you on TV being mean to Drew. In my opinion, you would have had better luck if you were so sweet to her, you came across as such a kind, wholesome man. People would have been like, "Aye, okay, he loves her. Cool." And if we then saw these messages, we would have been completely on your side for the most part, right? But because the way in which this has been portrayed, the way in which this is like endorsed, is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And I know, like, yes, you may not like Drew and whatever, and that's okay, or Ralph, but just think about it. This man is saying, let's not forget, this man is saying Tampa was fabricated. Tampa was fabricated. So, what is to say that you're not coming to us right now with hella fabrications? How can we believe that now is not a fabrication, but then was a fabrication? These are the questions that I have. And so I just feel like it's very easy for him to be out here telling us, oh no, Tampa was fabricated. We came up with the storyline. We wanted her to stay on the show. Okay, how about now? Why? We went years not knowing Tampa was fabricated. Why do you want to tell us now that Tampa is fabricated? Because you want to come out to the public looking innocent in the demise of this relationship. This is my personal opinion. Because why else do we need to know? If that was a storyline that you guys agreed and you guys shook on and whatever to bring her back, sure. Okay. You guys did that in the confines of your own marriage, your relationship. Why are we in the group chat? Why did you bring us into the group chat? Why did you bring us in randomly to now tell us All of this information that we absolutely did not need to know. We did not need to know. And that's why I feel like it's all image related. It's all image related. A lot of these men are so obsessed. And when I say a lot of these men like him, men like Martell Holt, I feel like they're very obsessed with image. They're very obsessed with how people perceive them, what people think of them. And so that is what drives how they react to certain things. That is what drives whether or not they decide to come out later to try to reinvent the whole story and completely change what we know to be true. Right? So I feel like he's in his Martell Holt bag, in my opinion, right now. And at this point, it's like, Ralph, do you want a peach? Do you want a peach? This is my question to you, Ralph. Do you want a peach? Because it's very much given you want something, but it's like, what is it? What is it? It doesn't make sense. What is it? So that's where I'm at now, where I just feel like it's very much given contrived. I don't know why all of a sudden you want to tell us the truth. You didn't tell us the truth how many seasons ago, but then all of a sudden now you want to tell the truth. Like, why? Why do you want to tell the truth now? You could have kept it. Why is the truth so important now? Guys, hit that like button, please. Hit that like button. Thank you. Let me see what some of the comments are saying. Someone says, Ralph, really? Patricia? For some reason, I believe it. They do anything for a storyline, but then again, he can be in his feelings. This is the thing. Nobody can believe you because why are you in your feelings now? Why do you want to tell us? Why do you want to tell us? Somebody says, spoiler alert, we don't care. Take us out of the group chat, man. Exactly. Take us out of the group chat. Somebody says, Ralph wants to be the main character so bad. Go downstairs. Absolutely. Like, what are we doing? Someone says, so you kept acting, Ralph. Now the marriage has failed. Camera's gone. You're in the basement. You didn't get nicer. You didn't mend your marriage. You're so fussing from the basement. What do you want? This is a good question. What do you want? Are you doing this for attention? Are you doing this? What are you doing this for? What? We don't care. Go to your room. Well, I go to the basement. Yes, Kempire. That's how I'm feeling too. Because what in the heck? Absolutely. Let me see what this is. What is this phenomenon with men waiting years to finally want to tell their truth when they could have did it from the jump and saved themselves a headache or two? Absolutely. And this is the thing. I love how she put it in quotation marks because sometimes we know their truth may not even be the truth. So you got to put that in quotation marks because is it the truth? Is a coincidence? What is it? So we don't know what is the truth and what isn't. All we know is we're tired. We do not need any part of the storyline. We do not care anymore. We are tired. Ralph, thank you. Please release us. Let me make sure there are no other okay, so nothing else has happened since then. Okay. Oh my gosh. Now let's talk about hot topics, honey. Since we're on the topic of cheating, let me show you this. Yandi's former hairstylist shares a photo of the man he says she allegedly cheated on Mandice's with. Now, I will say he looks fine. He is gorgeous. Okay, sir. All right, Yandi has a type, honey. Yandi likes them cute in the face. Okay. Well, if it's to be believed. Allegedly, guys. Allegedly. Okay, so let me just say everything I say in this video is alleged for entertainment purposes, in my own opinion. I don't know if it's true. Matter of fact, everything is a lie. So, Yandi's ex-girlfriend, sorry, slip of the tongue. Yandi's ex-friend or hairstylist came back to the internet with photos on the man that Yandi was allegedly getting it in with. Now, here's the thing. Let me Ooh, is that a picture of them together? Hold on, hold on. Let me look again. Let me see if the picture will flip. He has pictures of the hotel allegedly. Oh my gosh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, oh, oh. And the man looks tall. Okay. All right, Yandi. Allegedly. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm. Now, I'm not going to play this because this is one of the most disgusting, yeah, I've ever heard in my life. And I don't like all these different languages. But the summary is he is basically saying they went to London so she could smash her side ninja, who is allegedly meant to be this one. Here is what I would say. I don't know what the truth is, but what I will say is, as a friend, if that's really your friend, why are you outing her now? Why do you want to tell the world what has happened? And I don't like people, so called friends, who you kept all of this. You knew what you wanted to do in the future. You wanted to have your receipts. So you kept those receipts, excuse me, waiting for the perfect time to bring those receipts against a friend. I always say to people, like, watch how people treat you when you're no longer friends with them. Because it's like, why else do you have all of this information that you want to bring out against me? That's crazy. Why? Why? Let me just read the comments a little bit, guys. Hit that like button. A real friend never exposes anything. Yep, absolutely. There are lots of things people have told me in this life that, despite the way these people have treated me, they don't even deserve my silence. But I don't be saying nothing because I'm just like, none of my business. And it's not my job to expose you, you know? Well, Yandi, keep a fine one. That's what I said. The man is gorgeous. People want to be your friends or in your circle just to find out about your business so they can talk about you. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. I always say, like, be careful what you say to people. Be careful the kind of people you take to certain places. If you want to do certain things, make sure you're careful about who you bring along with you. Ideally, go solo. Okay? I'm not advising y'all to cheat. I'm just saying there are certain things. If you don't want anything you're doing to get out, you're the only person that you can trust. That's all I'm gonna say. But didn't he get back on live crying after the original post talking about how sorry he was? This is why I keep the same two friends. Oh, did he? Let me see what the comments are saying. People said, right, that means he did. Wow, that is crazy. So he came on live. Probably he thought like he could um fix things or whatever with Yandi. And maybe when Yandi was not having it, he's like, please, I'm gonna expose you freely. That mine is fine though. Okay. And if he's the hairstylist, I'm glad they fell out. Book me, Yandi. I'll get my own flight. Okay, girl. She's like, I am not going to be exposing you. We're not getting on the same flight. Okay. Them former friends know they love exposing secrets when the friendship goes sour. Absolutely. When someone is so quick to run their mouth, just know that when it's your business, they will run their mouth about that too. They are not going to be quiet. They are not going to be quiet. So apparently, Tasha K has a full interview with this man. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm. Well, someone is going to have to tell me what was said because I do not have time to listen to an interview to hear this man talk, especially if he talks the way he talks in that video. Yeah, nah. Mm-mm. May this type of friend never find me. Amen. I think we can all agree. May that kind of friend never find us, never come near us, never even like see us. Amen. Amen. Let me just scroll through and see if there's anything I'm curious about that I want to talk about. So, Lydia and Milton from Love is Blind are divorcing after 3 years of marriage. Lydia allegedly caught him, since we're talking about cheating today, honey. Lydia allegedly caught him texting about wanting sex from other women, but he claims she invaded his privacy. This is crazy ish. This is crazy ish. My thing is, if you want sex from another woman, first of all, why text that? You mean to tell me you could not pick up the phone to call these so-called people? You had to text it? In this world of receipt, you did not care. And why get married if that is what you're going to be on? Is literally texting. He wanted to F her, and you're writing that in a text. What a stupid man. And then apparently she's saying, and I'm just reading this on the side, when she confronted him, he got defensive. My heart went to the floor, Lydia said. I felt betrayed and disrespected. Newton denied it and claimed he wouldn't jeopardize the marriage, but then flipped it on her, saying he invaded his privacy. You wouldn't jeopardize the marriage, but you told somebody that you want to F them. You already jeopardized the marriage. Like, are you slow? And this is what surprises me about certain folks, right? You do something, you get caught, and then you now then try to flip it and be like, oh, you invaded my privacy. I would never do that. Like, but you did. Your actions show you do not value the marriage. Your actions show that you are jeopardizing the marriage. It's crazy. Crazy things are happening. Now, let's quickly read at the bottom. It says they tried couples therapy, but Lydia said it didn't help. She felt like she was losing her spark and said Milton started nitpicking everything she did. One day she told him she was filing for divorce, and he allegedly said he'll only sign if she included an NDA. Wow. This is what I mean when I say all some of these men care about is their image. They just want to be seen to be innocent. Because why else are you asking the wife that you cheated on and was having inappropriate conversations with women? And then you mean to then say to her, you're going to sign an NDA. Are you okay? That is all you care about? That is crazy to me. Crazy to me. And I don't want to play the clip because I don't even want to potentially get a copyright anything. But some say that's enough for me. Oh, that's enough for me, Lydia said. I've been ooh, wow. Maybe the internet was right. He wasn't ready to be a husband. I hate to say it, but sometimes internet is right. The fact that he's eating so nonchalantly when she is talking would have had me flipping the table over. Girl, I get it because he's out here really eating and devouring the food, honey. It's even more funny because it's on mute. Like, he is eating it up. He does not care about her, doesn't care about her feelings. All he cares about is not to look like the bad guy. That is the only reason he wants an NDA. Crazy, nasty work. Privacy and marriage shouldn't even be in the same sentence, sis. I'm only surprised he didn't swing both ways. Oh, well, you never know. You just never know with these people. You never know. I'm surprised they even made it to 3 years. Girl, they probably only made it to 3 years because she wasn't looking quickly enough. She was not searching the messages. She was probably just letting him cheat in peace. Maybe that's why. And on the last note, I'm going to read this one and then I think we're going to call it for the day. Just don't get married if you're not ready. It could all be so simple. Just stay single, sis. Chef's kiss what you said. If you know you don't have any, you do not want to be a faithful person, you do not want, don't get married. That is okay. There are so many people who don't get married and that is all right. Don't get married, or if you want to get married, find somebody who has same values as you do, if you must. But unless you want to be faithful and be committed in your marriage, then what are you doing? What a waste of time, energy, all of that. So yes, absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging with me today. Hit that like button if you haven't already. I really enjoyed just kicking with you guys today. Please hit that like button. Please go back and watch the replay. Hi replay gang. Hit that subscribe button, anyone, if you have not subscribed yet. So maybe I'm going to start doing more good morning sessions for you guys where I just go live quickly, talk to you guys for a little while. So make sure you turn on all your notifications as well, so you know every single time that I go live or post anything. Anyways, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.